Alright, so the basic outline of my city is ready. Now I need to add some more buildings because it is not just a one building city. That would be boring. So I'm going to determine where I would like the next corner of my next building to be, because if you remember, we start always with the corner. This was the first line that we created so long ago. So I'm just going to determine where I'd like it to be, and it doesn't really matter where it goes. And I'm going to say that this building's actually a bit taller than the one we have in the center. Oops. Alright, and once I've got that corner line, and I'm making sure, of course, that this corner line is parallel to the edge of my page, so it's completely vertical. I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing in previous buildings. I'm just going to draw a converging line from the top of my building. Now I could go all the way to the vanishing point. You can see that line will lead to the vanishing point, but I know I'm not going to need it to go that long anyway. So I'm just going to stop here where I've hit this other edge of this building. Okay? And I'm going to go again from my top of my vertical line to my other vanishing point. I have to do the same thing from the bottom. If you remember, we took the corner and we went to both vanishing points, but that's also how we created the edge of our sidewalk. So if I go from the bottom of my vertical line to my left vanishing point, I've created the bottom edge of this building. Now, I'm stopping here where this other building is, because technically this building is not see-through. We're not going to see through it anyway. And as long as you can make sure that that line will for sure lead to that vanishing point, you don't need to continue it. What happens now, though, is we get to this edge and we want to go to our other vanishing point. We actually don't have to do that because we have the sidewalk edge. And the sidewalk edge is also where the building edge is. So now what we have to do is just simply determine where does this building end. So in our previous building we made a corner, we did our converging lines, and then we decided where it ended, and these were our ending lines. So I'm going to say that this building actually continues a little bit behind our first building. So I'm going to go ahead, line up my ruler to my vertical line, which is my corner, slide it over towards vanishing point 1. I'm going to make sure that my ruler is still parallel to the edge of my page or parallel to any of my other vertical lines. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a line to end my building. But because my first building is not see-through, we're not going to see the entire edge there. And technically, it would end here at the bottom. So there I have the left side of my building. Line up my ruler, slide it towards my right vanishing point, and making sure my ruler is still completely vertical, I draw that vertical line stopping at my sidewalk. Now's the time to erase the extra converging lines. So anything that's past the two edges of the building needs to be erased. So this little line up here, and then this line as well leading towards this vanishing point. As well, I can erase the horizon line that's going through the center of my building because my building is not see-through. And there I have a second building, and it's even got a little sort of alleyway in between the other building. Perhaps it's a little sidewalk or even another street. If I didn't have a sidewalk there, that could be another street as well. So let's go ahead and practice that same skill to create another building in the next tutorial.